Boy, that sucked. Hated every second trying to get this live stream set up. Jesus. Make it incredibly difficult, why don't you? Okay. Oh. Man. As if today wasn't annoying enough. Other things are just going to make this as hard as possible for me. Oh, is my face visible? I don't like that. Don't need that. No, sir. Here we go. All right. So we're making commissions for the Every Comic Shop in Wisconsin trip. The Galactic Quest has been very, very kind to sponsor the vast majority of. It's just little details here and there that I still need to pay for, but really, what we're trying to raise money for here is me not getting paid on one of the days of this trip. So I'm trying to pay myself back with these commissions so that I don't lose money or don't lose much money on the trip. Of course, I'm going to spend money on comics, but you know, it is what it is. I'll take bets in the chat for how much I'm going to spend on comics while I'm on this trip. Is there a way for me to turn up the volume? Where is it? Where is it? How's this? Am I louder now? It doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm getting quieter. How about now? Nope, nothing is happening. Is there any sound? Not very promising. Before I get started on the first one, let me just check what it looks like on my phone. Make sure you can hear me. I got 6 people. I'm in Wisconsin. I already asked my LCS. What do I like to draw? Oh, what do I like to draw? Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Let's see. I don't know. I like goofy stuff. I like to draw goofy stuff. If you saw any of the stuff that I drew for the last one, then you see that I like making things look kind of silly. My first request is for either Aqualad or Tempest, both from Young Justice, which I have no experience with. Which one is more interesting? I feel like these guys are kind of both, they kind of look the same, don't they? I mean, clearly they have different races, but they do the same things, right? They're fish guys. They're just fish guys. I don't know. I don't watch the show. Maybe I'm very incorrect. Ooh, there he is with some swords. Maybe I could draw him with some swords. That's kind of cool. I like fish. Let's see if I can incorporate fish somehow. Why is this? There we go. Great. He said not the Young Justice ones? What? What about the Young Justice ones? Answer me, quick! You're not typing fast enough. Oh, not the Young Justice character designs? Let's see, what can I do? What's that, maybe I'll just look up. What's the wave? Don't allow. Get out of here. Get out of here. There it is. Maybe I'll do something like this. And Aqualad is, what can he be doing? Rescuing a puppy or something. Oh, the comic designs are way better. Okay. Well, let me check that out. Let me see what that is. Aqualad comic. He looks the same! Unless you're talking about like Barnacle Boy looking Aqualad. Kind of similar. Okay, well, first. Let's start with some of this. Start with some that's really not wild enough, is it? There we go. And it's gonna go like that. Yep. And maybe a little bit where's my eraser? I know you can't really see anything yet because the camera's not very good. I tried really hard to get my phone to be the camera for this, and my phone refused. And after battling with it for a long time, I decided that I had better just get on the stream. Let's see, so we're going to do some of this, and then it goes over here, and it does some of that, and then it goes up there. Great. So we've got Mount Fuji. Actually, this should be like that, maybe. Eraser. Gotta get your shapes down, you know? You gotta get your shapes where they're supposed to be. We're gonna make Mount Fuji more of like a volcano here, just for fun. Is there anything over there? What can I do? Boat. I think we're just gonna leave the boats out. Tempest by Phil Jimenez. Tempest by Lucas Meyer. Let's see. Let me look that up. Tempest by Meyer. That is a book. With the red costume? Blue? You talking about 90s? Is this some 90s stuff? He looks like what was the Chinese version of Multiple Man from like the early 500s issues of X-Men? He looks like that guy, the Collective Man or whatever it was. What should he be doing? Okay. Maybe I'll just have him doing a little like whoosh. He's doing one of them classic superhero dive things. Oh, this looks really bad, doesn't it? He's like doing one of these, you know. I don't hate it. Okay, what is this guy freaking? What does he look like? Gotta get specific now. Oh, I see. That's Jimenez. That outfit is kind of boring. I'm going back to Aqualad. Comic. So I got to pick one of these costumes to double down on. We do the arms thing. That's pretty cool. He's got the like glowy arms. I like that. Okay. He's got cool hair. I'm gonna give him like the most square jaw ever, and then what I'm gonna do with his hair. Whoop, 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 whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And he's just like the coolest dude ever. He's got like crazy thick eyebrows. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He got like cool guy smile. Doesn't even have a nose. He's too cool for a nose. And he's very, very sleek, right? You know what I love about fish heroes is they always have the freaking like super pointy arm thing going on. He's just got like pointy hand syndrome. I'm not a very good artist. Dreads. Yeah, too cool for a nose. That doesn't make any sense. Look at these abs. I'm gonna give him just the most bubbly abs ever seen before because he's got good core strength. You know, he swims all day. And then what's he got? He's got a little A thing down here. Yeah, and suspenders. Dude's got suspenders, dog. Because he's cool. He's just really cool. He's got these. What else? What else? Okay, so we got some. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Where does it go? It goes up there. Okay. No suspenders here. Yeah. And then he's got one of those, and one of those, and one of those. Got another one down here, another one there, another one there. And the shoulder. Okay. He's just incredibly ripped. And then his pants right there. Okay. What else? He's got a sword. I forgot he's got a sword. Maybe he should be holding a sword. Yeah, that'd be cool. How does this sword work? Got some kind of hilt, right? Oh, he's got a trident? Where'd he go with the swords? I saw him with swords a second ago. He's got oh. It's like a water sword thing? Interesting. He's got kind of hairy pits. We're gonna give him a little bit of a hairy pit there. It's like a scimitar. Maybe he should be like pointing it. I'm going the wrong direction. Let's see. How would you? Meh. You gotta. Meh. I don't know how to draw a hand like that, so we're just gonna pretend I did a good job. It's a pretty bad sword. Is that we're getting there. We're getting there. And it's also got like this kind of, I like that energy signature thing that it's got. What do we got? We got some of this. Yeah, and it goes back and it kind of fades away. And you whoop woo. Woo woo. And it does a little bit of that. I am directly copying off somebody right now. That is okay. It's cool. All right, and then we gotta have. So the way that he drew these little. Hey, thanks, Brian. 2 aqualads, for lack of a better way of describing which one I mean. I mean the one. Oh, so you mean the Barnacle Boy one? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You're gonna get this guy, and then I'll put Aqualad who looks like Barnacle Boy in a boat down here. That's what I'll do, because that's how we do things here. And we're gonna have a little bit of whoop-dee, whoop 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 whoop. He really just kind of. Well, maybe I can like do a little bit of whoop. That's how waves work. Yeah. He's doing them in like 3s. Like each of these little thingies are like 3 waves. Like it is little claws, you know? And you gotta get the tiny little splinter down here. That's very important that you get the very edge of the wave correct. He's got a little overlap here of some of it. And then he's got whoosh, whoosh. And then some of that, and then yeah, that's cool. If you're not making sound effects while you're drawing, you're probably not drawing something very good. No, I can't go that way. It goes the other way. This wave looks like a tree. I don't think it's supposed to look like a tree. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. 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 It's like just kind of like wee all the way down. All right, now we got to get. We got some claws over here. Yep, this is great. This is going really well. You guys can't even really see that, can you? little bit steeper. Mm-hmm. Yeesh. These little wave bits are really annoying. There's just so many of them. Maybe I should just not care quite as much about the detail. Okay. And then, you know what I'm going to do? Where am I going to put Barnacle Boy? I mean Aqualad. Let's see. Where can I put him? I'm going to put his little boat. We're gonna make some changes here. Oh no, Mermaid Man! I'm sorry. I'm really not that big of a DC guy, so asking for a DC based commission might not get you the best results, but it will be unique. You'll be the only person with this drawing. What goes on the front of boats? I feel like something stupid needs to go on the front of this boat. And then Aqualad, we'll put. Where's Aqualad? The old one. There he is. Yeah. Barnacle Boy. He's he's gonna. Can I give him a stupid little hat? I'm gonna give him a stupid little hat. Wait, he's got that little sailor hat that Barnacle Boy has, just for fun. Now I gotta look up Barnacle Boy. I will in a second. Yeah, this is what art is all about, baby. I'm gonna say not Barnacle Boy. It's not Barnacle Boy. It's Aqualad. And what kind of hat does Barnacle Boy have? I gotta look this up. Oops. Oh yeah, I did it right. More or less. Just gotta round it off. There we go. All right, and then we just need a whole bunch more of the whoops, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. He's got a little boat, and we'll just put some boat lines in there. That's what that is, boat lines. And it's made of wood. It's made of wood. Not sure how to draw that. Goosh. Goosh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And whoops, 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 whoops. A little bit of whoopsie. Hmm. Krakatoa. Blowing up. Yep, that's a volcano. And then we got a whole bunch of. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else? What else? What else? There's a little bit more of a. Mm-hmm. I don't hate it. Could be worse. It's let's start inking. Yeah. I'll start with the uh I'll start with the wave, I guess. I'm really trying to do these things in no more than half an hour each, but we'll see how that turns out. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start up here. Whoa. That's terrible. Mm-hmm. So while I'm doing this, of course, I'm happy to answer any questions about the every shop in Wisconsin tour or any of the other tours that may seem interesting to you. There's going to be a lot of dead space here, unless somebody asks me some questions. I don't know how other artists do this. I never really watch live streams. I'm the kind of person who just says, that sounds like a good idea, and then I just do it. Ah, how often have you been to Wisconsin? Good question. I used to go like every year. I have family living in Oshkosh, so I'm gonna reach out to at least one of my cousins and see if they want to tag along for any of this. But we used to go to Wisconsin every year for Thanksgiving, and a little bit of this, yeah, up there. Um, but I've only been to one comic shop up there. I think it's House of Heroes in Oshkosh. Um, Great shop. When I was going there, I was still pretty young, so I wasn't spending big bucks. But they had some good dollar bins. I remember that, and I remember that was where I bought my first Moon Knight by David Finch, and it might be where I realized how much I like David Finch. If you're looking for like date stamps, I remember my friend was really into The Walking Dead, and that was when Negan debuted. So it was either issue 100 or 101 of Walking Dead that he asked me to pick up, and I bought it at House of Heroes in Oshkosh. And I read it. It was the only issue that I had read of the series at that point. So kind of a crazy issue to start with. But yeah, that was definitely a great shop for me. I don't know, what, 12-ish at the time. I think I bought that issue of Spider-Man during Inferno with Green Goblin drawn by McFarlane on it. Love that cover. Mm. Oh yeah? Well, good. PE. Great. Sometimes I wish I was a gym teacher, but I think I get to have more fun as a humanities teacher. Yeah, there's 25 shops in Wisconsin that we're hitting. Give them these rock hard abs. Yeah. And they're really spread out. It's pretty irritating how much driving we have to do. I wasn't really expecting it, or at least I was expecting more shops to be kind of in the middle of all of this nowhere. But nope, there's like multiple 3-hour drives. It's crazy. I gotta go down like that. But I'm going to pretend that you said the Oshkosh LCS is just a taste of the magnificence that awaits me in the great cow state. So my hopes stay up. Oh, I got to color that in, right? I'm a professional. All right, gotta. Not very smart of him to have so much armpit hair when he spends so much time in the water. And we got another one right there. And we got another one right there. I feel like I'm being kind of sloppy here. Maybe I should try to tighten it up. Yeah, maybe it's just my tools. How does that look when you're holding a sword and your arm is like that? You'd see the thumb. You'd see the thumb. You'd see some of these, and that's your thumb, I guess. Yeah, nobody will know. Nobody will notice that that looks kind of weird, especially not if I point it out. All right, sword time. I'm gonna take this really slow. It's okay if the lines get kind of thin over here, as long as once we get back here, they get thick again. Okay, maybe I'll do a little bit of whoop. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Whoop. There. Swords! Who doesn't love a good sword? Whoa, dang it. Alright. Oh, I forgot the little... A little bit of energy or whatever coming off of that sword. And now we'll get these heroic eyebrows. You gotta have heroic eyebrows if you're gonna be a hero. Alright, and now... It's just got these insanely long dreads. They're necessary for showing the motion that the character is experiencing. Keep some consistency in the width. And we'll just round it out up here, I guess. I don't know. Sure. I don't know. I am not a trained artist. Pew, 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 pew. Just got the most manly jawline ever to be a jawline, and these tiny little ears. I kind of hate it. Oops. And then we need... Another thing that I remember about Comics Asylum. I don't think Comics Asylum is on my list, but The Lost World of Wonders does sound familiar. So... Oh, you know what? I have the schedule somewhere here. I could just grab it. But no, the Asylum I don't think is on the list. Pointy fingers. Pointy finger man. Yes. Yes. A little bit of that. And a little bit of this. Coming out of the waves. Uh-huh. There. One Aquaman down. And now we got to do this guy. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up that list. Comics, Racine Kenosha. What was it? Comics Asylum? Asylum Comics? It's not on Wednesday. Not on Thursday. Not on Friday. Why am I only going to 4 shops on Saturday? That's terrible. No, it is not on my list at all. Not on Sunday either. Did I write it down? What was that? Globe News was disqualified. K&B Toys was disqualified. Freak Toys was disqualified. I don't think I saw it. Oh, Collector's Asylum, Lannon, disqualified. Yeah, so they must have told me they don't have new issues. Yep. It's, I learned my lesson doing Michigan to double check that these shops actually have something that makes them set apart from just a flea market. Because I love flea markets. I really do. But I don't want to spend the rest of my life going to 16 million flea markets all over the country. Because especially here in the South, I mean, flea markets are just, they're everywhere. They won't leave you alone, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh no! I gotta be more careful about how I end my lines. I feel like somebody else asked me something and I ignored it. Shops internationally. Germany. Oh, I didn't know you're from Germany. Thanks for tuning in. What freaking time is it over there? Midnight. Man. Good thing I'm doing yours first, huh? Okay. So then we got some water over here. It's going like goosh. Gooshy. Fructose and gluten does not have any issues. Fructose has bag issues, definitely more of a toaster. Yeah. There was also one place that I really wanted to go that I don't think is going to fit into the schedule. And they're like one of the biggest gaming stores that I've ever seen. What are they called? I kept trying to call them, but they like had a crazy voicemail. Oh, that's unfortunate that I did that. Ah! White out. I forget what they're called. Okay, and now. Yes. Last time I did this, each of these took me about an hour. I was hoping to make it quicker this time, but that's okay. I feel like I had kind of a slow start. But now I'm in the groove. I'm feeling it. That wasn't bad. Could be worse, honestly. Yeah. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Kablooey! Mm-hmm. How am I going to do this? Mm-hmm. 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 I don't hate it. You know what? It's coming together. And he's got these little dots all over the place. They're like sea spray. You know. But only when there's. Oh no, there's more. There's more. Where to see someone I never got on the way. Yeah, yeah. I really like going to the really out of the way shops. You know, like they don't always have the greatest selection, but they do usually have the greatest personality. Um, and I also just like being far away from civilization. You know, like the next shop that I'm planning is gonna be really in civilization and then really out of civilization. There's like two halves of the state, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I guess Wisconsin is the same way. Um, but probably not as much as this next shop. What does he have like on his collar? Does he have a collar or something? I know that Barnacle Boy has a kerchief. I don't want to give him a kerchief. He's nothing. He's got nothing. Okay, that's fine. What else? What else? What else? Let me do some dots over here. And then maybe, how do I do this? Maybe I'll just, here's what I'll do. I'll start erasing now. I like it better now that I'm erasing some stuff. It feels more purposeful. Feels like I had some idea of what I was doing when I started. I hope you can tell who that is. A bit more of that. And I'll just get rid of these. Do I have any charcoal? I feel like charcoal would be perfect for this. Not that I know how to use it. I feel like a much better artist than myself would say, oh yeah, I can't wait to throw some charcoal on here and take it to the next level. I'm just going to say I can't wait to throw some charcoal on here and make it pretty confusing. You probably can't see much of my pencil lines anyway, so this doesn't look like I'm doing a whole lot, but to me it looks different. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Number 1. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for now. I might go back and like color in some of the darker bits down here to add some contrast. But right now I'd really like to move on to the next piece. So I'm just going to sign that. And for now, I'm just gonna call that good for now. But I'll finish it later. Don't worry, Daniel. I'll fill it in and give it some more contrast. But the basic idea is there. That's 1. Uno! Put that right there where it's safe. Okay, number 2. Okay. How long have I been drawing in my life? Oh, that's a good question. What's the next thing I'm doing? Goblins playing baseball, right? I've been drawing pretty much my entire life. Not that you can really tell. Um, but I grew up reading comics, so I was reading my dad's collection when I was really young, and I started drawing immediately. I had characters that I made up called Super Cats, and then I started drawing Super Cats comics around second, third grade, and then I did that for fun, and then in high school I was the newspaper cartoonist for a couple of years, and I won a couple of awards through that, so that made me feel pretty good. But I wouldn't say that I was professional quality. I never really have been. And of course, these are just doodles, but it's not like I can do a whole lot better than this anyway. I think I have some other art. I could show it. And then I just didn't draw for a while. It's been a while since I drew, and I'm only really doing it to kind of get myself to have more fun with it and expect myself to not perform at peak levels all the time. You got to make a bunch of doodles before you can make a masterpiece. So we're doing doodles. Goblins. What kind of weapons do goblins use? Goblin weapons. Is there like a D&D thing that I can reference? Skeleton bomb? Pumpkin bomb? Is that a thing? Do goblins have pumpkin bombs? Oh no, that's Green Goblin. That's not what I wanted. Bomb. There's just bombs. Goblin secret weapons? Is that like a... That is a comical bomb. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. There's a pitcher's mound right there. And then... Let me see. Bugs Bunny baseball. Where's that pose? That pose that every pitcher makes. There it is. Baseball pitching. Where's the... You guys remember that episode of freaking... that episode of Looney Tunes where Bugs Bunny is the pitcher and he's like striking out these dudes incredibly fast, and they bring up the whole big tree as a bat, and then he hits it so hard he has to like get a taxi to go find the ball, and he climbs up the Statue of Liberty. No, he climbs up the Empire State Building. Then the Statue of Liberty comes in and tells the guy he's out. That's a great episode. Okay. So let's see. And then he's got a little bit of... How do I don't... My vision is not coming to fruition here because I haven't found the right pose. What pose do I want? What do I need? Here's my eraser. What I gotta visualize this. And one of the branches of the... Woo! Oh, you want to know good comics to read that are not by Marvel and DC? Boy. Let Let me okay. Let me focus on how this goblin is gonna work for a second. He's got so I want him to be like hmm, do some of that. I guess. But he's kind of chubby, right? Like goblins are kind of chubby. Or are they not chubby? Are they like freaking sinewy? Yeah, they're kind of beefy, aren't they? They're like thin. Hmm. Little impish goobers. How do you? Yeah. Okay. No. Don't use that. He's doing the like. Hmm. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe like that a little bit. What do goblins wear? This is it needs to be a bigger bomb. I feel like goblins are kind of incredibly skinny, right? Aren't they kind of skinny? And they wear like loincloths and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with where this is going. This is fine. kind of gross. That's okay. What kind of hat is he gonna wear? Oh, he's got to wear a baseball hat. Duh. How do I draw a baseball hat? Hey, thanks, Spike. Appreciate it. Wish I was moving a little bit quicker here, but that's okay. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's see, what does... Oh, wow, this is probably not very satisfying for you because you can't really see what I'm doing, huh? Yeah, sorry about that. He's got little boots on, right? They got little boots. Or sometimes they just got little ropes on their feet. It's a bomb. How do I draw a baseball cap? Bugs Bunny baseball. How do they draw hats? That's not a bad idea. I could do it like that. And then it goes... Yeah, sure. That'll be good enough. It's a hat. That doesn't look anything like a hat. I can't do that. How did I have it before? Wait, let me visualize this. And hat. Yeah. That's a little better, at least. Whatever. Hat. What goes on the top? B? How about G? G. That's his dumb little nose. Got some little chin hairs there. And sorry, to answer your question, Nice House by the Sea is like insanely good. I love Nice House by the Sea. That is Image Comics. It's by James Tynion the fourth. Anything by James Tynion, honestly, is so good. And then legs. I gotta figure out how to draw his. Be kind of pointing it back. And they got dumb little toes. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There, that's something. That's okay. Okay. We're making progress. Now that I've drawn one character, what does it look like when your hand's in a glove? And in picture glove. Okay. Show me a different angle. I want to see. That's fine. That'll do. What else? What else? I feel like Image is making all the best comics right now, except for Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. That one is somebody else. I forget. I'm gonna put a little batting goblin here. Man. How do you look when you're holding a bat? Yeah, and he's got a little hat on. Hmm. And we got a little catcher guy over here. Yeah. And then we got the frickin'. Then we got a goblin over here. He's just standing there. He's got a big old catcher's glove. And a hat. Then we got a little fence going over here. That's a base. That's a base. Ah, yeah. I feel like I didn't really add much here. I gotta show some little goblins in the background. Oh yeah, Bone and Asterix. Yeah, yeah. Bone is the greatest comic ever. Asterix is awesome. What else do I have on my shelf right here? I finally read all of Sin City. Not sure I can recommend that. Tintin. Tintin is amazing. I love Tintin. You got to read that because it's amazing. He's just sitting here, just waiting for his turn. We got another guy over here. He's got a hat on. Big old stupid ears. Doing one of those things. Yeah. This looks silly. Let's see how this looks when I start inking it. What time is it? 7:32. Okay. Okay. Where do I start? Where do I start? Start with this big stupid nose. What else? Anything by Denise Camp right now is gold. So like Bleeding Hearts is really good. Uh, he's doing Martian Manhunter, Absolute Martian Manhunter, and you've probably already heard about that one because people are talking about it quite a bit. But his other stuff is also great, like Assorted Crisis Events. He's working on that right now, and that is phenomenal. Love that. What else? Yoop, yoop. Oh no! The bomb looks like a coconut. That doesn't really look like a bomb. It's okay. It's a bomb. Trust me. Great. Love it. Love to see it, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. What else is really good? I got boxes full of comics. I finally got to read Dork, and it was okay. You know, it was fine. Probably not worth all the hype. Worth buying, but not worth all the hype. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time focusing on thoughts while also focusing on this goblin. Ooh, that's a good question. Out of curiosity, what's the worst comic you've ever read / bought? So, one of the coolest parts about doing comic reviews is that people send me their comics, and that's awesome. I love that people care about my opinion enough that they would send me something, even though you know, I know that they're looking for publicity. It's fine. That's what I'm for. And usually, I can find something pretty nice to say about them. You know, I can at least see where the effort was put in, where the vision was, that kind of thing. But sometimes they're just really bad. And I'm not going to get online and talk about how bad comics are, because, you know, it takes a lot of work to make a comic. It's a lot of hard work, and I want to celebrate that. But there was one comic that a guy sent me, and it was online, so already I'm not going to do anything with it because people could send me their books online all day long, and I would just never have time to talk about any of them. But this one, I would not have talked about anyway. It was like disgusting, like incredibly insensitive, and pointlessly gross, uh, and just not fun to read, and drawn very poorly, and I don't know, just didn't treat women very well in the comic, and that was kind of the point, I think. But something about it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And then I looked into like his profile because I was curious about what his views and such were. Um, and it turned out that he was a teacher, and all of his kids were like looking at this work he was posting that was like borderline smut and gross and incredibly inappropriate, even if they were like high schoolers. Uh, you shouldn't have stuff like that available for your students to see. Uh, and I don't know why he even wrote it in the first place. It was very, very assaulty, you know. Uh, I had a hard time reading it. I definitely didn't like it. I definitely didn't have anything nice to say about it, so I didn't say anything about it. And I don't even remember what it was called. Uh, but it was so bad that I could not possibly even just go tell people how bad it was. How quickly can I draw a goblin? That was probably the worst comic I've read. It was just gross and pointless and smutty and dumb. I don't remember what it's called, but it was sent to me on Instagram, and I just hated it. Let's see who else. This guy. There's, there's a lot of people who want to make a comic, and it's admirable that people try. And it's a lot of work, you know. I get it because I freaking put a lot of work into my comic, and you just it's admirable for anybody to finish something, but a lot of people make a comic without considering, I don't know, what are some of the good comics that you've read? What do they do that makes them successful? How can you incorporate those ideas in what you're doing? How can you not just make some garbage that nobody will ever read, and then you put a ton of money into it, and then you just feel like you wasted your time? Some people don't consider that kind of thing, or it doesn't seem like they consider that kind of thing. And it's discouraging, especially because when I first decided that I was going to make a comic, I did it because I thought that it was going to be a lot easier than making an album. And then I found out pretty quickly that there are just as many people trying to make comics as there are people trying to make albums. So it's not like you have any less competition, but lots of people I don't know, I've heard some bad music too, but it kind of seems like people in comics are less focused on the quality of their work, even when they're at an amateur level, than amateur music artists are. I don't know. The standards are higher for amateur musicians for some reason. All right, let's erase some stuff and see how it's looking. All that to say, I've read some really bad indie comics, and I think that there are a lot of indie comic creators who don't realize how amateur their work looks. And I say this, I'm clearly making myself very vulnerable for when my own comic comes out. People are going to say, "Oh, you said everybody else's indie comics are bad, but yours is garbage too." And mine's got flaws. But I like to think that I took a little bit more of a critical eye to what I was making than some people who just put out comics and say, "I made a comic," and then they kickstarted and somehow they sell a billion copies, and I don't understand how, because it doesn't look interesting and it doesn't look like it's high quality. But then again, there are a ton of people making comics that are high quality who never get recognition. And both of those things make me sad. I like this one a lot less than the other one. Maybe if I just darken up some of these lines, maybe? Just give them a better contour. It'll make them seem more three-dimensional. What's my comic about? Hey, I appreciate you, Dan, being the entire conversational force here. My comic that comes out very soon is about how the world ended and there are 20 people left on Earth, and one of them is killing the other ones one by one. And they all live in these little bunkers and they teleport to hang out with each other. And since the world ended, they don't really know what to do with themselves. So they just kind of sit around playing poker a lot of the time. So you've got like the richest people who are on the planet just hanging out, trying to figure out what government looks like and what currency looks like, that kind of thing. And then somebody comes along and tries to kill them all. And it started out as kind of a joke. Like, the idea was just kind of a joke, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a comic. It'll be fun. But then it became really important to me. It became really personal, and I've put a lot of myself into a lot of the characters, and I'm really excited about what they're going to do with each other. And how they're going to develop over the course of the series, and I'm really looking forward to the end of the series because I have these big moments planned. And I'm really excited to finally start selling the ash can. I got the black and white version done. I just put a ton of money into it. And that's part of why I'm doing this, honestly, is because I just spent so much money on my comic. And I haven't really decided how I'm going to go about selling it, because I want to champion comic shops. I'd like to do like a retailer exclusive thing. I was thinking about even only selling it to comic shops, so that's the only place you can get it. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I definitely want comic shops to be able to benefit from selling my book somehow. But I'm still thinking about that aspect. Could have been worse. Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Not my best work. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not in love with it. I hope that Mackenzie likes it more than I do. Thanks, Tektronic. Oh, yeah. You probably won't. I doubt I'm going to be selling much to overseas shops like Germany. Oh, I did forget to mention, I'm going to Malta in May, and they have a comic shop. That's part of why I chose Malta, is because I want to see what their comic shops are like over there. And I'm really, really curious about it because they, number 2, they, sorry, they have a listing online, and it looks kind of okay, like there's a bunch of stuff everywhere, and they don't have much stuff to begin with, so it makes even less sense why it's so cluttered looking. But they post on Instagram all the time, and all of their posts that show the inside of the shop are clearly AI, like clearly AI, shamelessly AI, and they even post like stacks of hardcover editions that they got in. But it's obviously AI because the spines are different widths for the same volume, and they have like Watchmen on an Invincible volume and like random numbers on them that don't need to be there. And they have a picture that I really like of a bunch of people shopping in the store, and they're all facing the same direction, and they all are reading a comic book in the middle of the shop, like in the middle of the aisleways. They're all facing the same direction. Super AI, really stupid looking. So I can't wait to see what that shop actually looks like. Come here, come on, come on, come on. That's good enough. Darken up his nose a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Not super happy with it. I think I'm happier with this one. Just because it's seems like more of a solid idea. I don't know. Maybe I cut too many corners with this. Okay, moving on. 2 down. What time is it? So almost 8. So yeah, my typical 1 hour per pace. Let's see. Have I gotten any emails yet? I know there was a third one. Number 3. Maybe I should check the Venmos. No. Number 3. Brian. Capital Comics. Invisible Kid. Okay, Invisible Kid, Legionnaires era. Let's see what that looks like. Because I am not a DC guy. You said Sprouse? Is that what he said? Yeah, Sprouse. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's got a cute little shirt and a collar and a sweatband. Okay, that's cute. Let's see, what's he gonna do? Sharpen my pencil. Or not. I feel like he's got an eye on him. He has an eye on his shirt. That's adorable. Does that remind me of The Incredibles? That's a good idea. Or Invincible, right? Invincible has a giant eye on his shirt. Invincible. Show me a picture. I don't want to see this Gemini garbage. He does have a giant eye. His head is the point of the eye. Okay, wait. Let me now show me Violet from The Incredibles. Do they have a giant eye? It's a little eye. Okay. Okay. How many other superheroes have an eye on their chest? And I don't mean like Dr. Fate. Superhero eye symbol. I'm not seeing any other ones pop up, but I feel like I had to know about the other 3. Yeah, okay, Incredibles popped up. If I don't see Invincible pop up, then this is worthless. Yeah, nothing. Okay. What can I do with Invincible / The Incredibles / Invisible Boy? I'm Incrediboy! Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that multi-shop thinks that they're fooling. Not me. Thinking. very interesting when I think. Yes, yes, yes. I wanna do something. Hold on. I don't think that worked, did it? You all heard that gross noise I made? I want to do something with Invisiboy and Invisible. Oh, I forgot about Invisible Woman. That's okay. I think it'll be more fun to do. What is it? Invisigirl? What do they call Violet from The Incredibles? There's Dash. Does she just go by Violet? Oh, I'm definitely gonna do a video on that shop. Absolutely. I can't wait. I'm gonna be there in late May, so you can expect a video on them in probably June. Maybe I don't know. This idea is not coming to me quickly, so maybe it's not the right idea. Maybe I got to go in a different direction. Just what's funny about being invisible? What can you do that's funny about being invisible? Who's what can I do maybe with invincible instead? Who's a villain from Invincible? Let's see. I just don't know enough about these characters. Here, sorry. While I'm thinking, here's here. Have a look at that some more while I'm thinking. It usually doesn't take me this long. I'm still on a Mermaid Man kick. Maybe I want to do something with the invisible boatmobile. Wait, what powers does he have? What can he do? Invisible kid powers. Render himself invisible. That's it? That's all he can do? Wow. Cloaks him from any types of detection. He can be found by infrared. Okay. That's lame. Auditory? Chameleon Boy and Colossal Boy. Asian superheroes killed by Validus. A second invisible kid. See, the problem is all the immediately funny stuff that I can think of with the invisible power set is just, what if I don't draw anything and then say it's Invisible Kid and his invisible yacht on the invisible ocean, you know? Oh, how do you donate? Wesley, I would love it if you donated. Let's see, in the description of the video, It's got the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle. If you'd like to use any of those methods, and if you have a preferred one, I can type in where to send donations to in the chat here. Whatever works best for you. Oh, I just got a PayPal from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. For good. I could do like a support group for invisible characters who feel like people just look past them or look through them all the time. But I feel like that's kind of obvious, not very interesting. Maybe I should just do that so I can get on the road. Or, yeah, okay, there's an idea. Let's see. Okay. Mm-hmm. How do planes work? I don't know how planes work. Hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what planes look like. Can't find any shots. Ugh. of just okay. Wow, this is pitiful. Sometimes you just gotta draw garbage until it starts to make sense. Mm-hmm. She's got like this tiara, right? I don't know what Wonder Woman looks like. She's got boots. She's got a lasso thing. Now what she got going on with the eagle or whatever on her chest? She's got like how are people drawing that lately? Okay, well that's great. So I like that. I like that costume design. It's a little bit less just breasty. That'll do. Yeah. Belt? Yes. Why am I finally drawing one character with actual proportions? Oh wow, you guys can't see anything that I'm drawing. This must be really boring for you. Not for me. I'm gonna draw her head a little bit bigger for fun. Hey, thanks, Wesley. Appreciate it. Buy a little tank of gas, you know. What does she have in her head? No. So gaming shops are pretty boring for me. I do like gaming. Um, I like some games, uh, but not like I'm not really into Magic and not really into um, Pokemon anymore. You know, I used to be, but not so much now. So when I go into shops that are just game based, it's pretty boring for me because they're like, they usually have a terrible selection of comics if the shop is very game based. Um, so I don't usually look forward to those ones. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Getting very picky about how I draw this Wonder Woman. I was not nearly this picky when I drew Jay Garrick with some lady. Yeah, okay, whatever. We're gonna call that good. That is offensively badly drawn. Okay. That's something. That's something. Now I gotta draw the guy that I'm actually supposed to be drawing. Oh, you're going to Heroes Con for your first time? I'm gonna be at Heroes Con all 3 days. So try to find me. I'll say hi and I'll shake your hand for donating to the trip. I appreciate it. Yeah, Heroes Con is great. I just went for the first time last year and I love it. Uh, Great place to go. Great place to go. This is how it's going so far. I just really labored over Wonder Woman here. Got to get the pose right, you know. The schedule for Wisconsin. Honestly, I probably should have put that out today. There's been a couple things that I've been changing around, so I've wanted to make sure that I was done before I put it out, and people like made plans around it. I don't know, in case anybody's gonna show up somewhere, you know. Uh, like there was one shop that was very happy that we're gonna come, so I want to prioritize them and spend a lot of time there. And there was another shop that I think it was. There's one place in Milwaukee that uh, has two locations, and they told me that uh, one of their shops is actually not that big in back issues, and I want to spend more time at the one that has a lot of back issues. Right? That just makes more sense. Um, So I might try to change the schedule so that I end at the one with more back issues. He's got why does he have trunks? What's the point of the trunks that aren't even a different color? And he's got a little eye on there. I love his little sweatband that he has. Adorable. It's just adorable. And he's got these little. I'm just gonna really accentuate those. Yeah. I don't even know what those are. Got gloves? No gloves. He's got like this kind of. He's got okay, and then it kind of goes like that. He's got a belt. Yep, he's got a belt. I think I can make his dumb little collar thing look stupider. And stupid is the goal. His stupid little collar. And we can't forget his headband. Big old dumb headband. And then he's got, what kind of hair does he have going on? He's got floppy hair. I'm going to give him some freaking muffin hair. Yeah. Why not? Give him a better caboose here. Yeah, I can draw anatomy. That arm is really bugging me. Honestly, I really like that. Oh, that's not level at all. Okay. Yes, Collector's Edge, that's what I'm talking about. Neither of them has a lot of back issues? Oh yeah, okay, the basement. You know, I really don't like it when places have back issues behind the counter. Like Tangled Web had them all behind the counter, and they were awesome, and they were super happy to let me go and look. Appreciate it. Tangled Web was great, but it is kind of a hassle, and I'm just, I'm one of those comic nerds who just is shy when I'm by myself. That might be surprising to some people, but I don't like asking to go behind your counter and stuff. So I don't like it when shops have their comics behind the counter, and especially not in the basement. I've only been to one shop that had comics in the basement, and I asked them where their comics were, and they said, "Oh, they're all in the basement. You have to look them up in this special system that we have." And I couldn't find anything in the system, and I was like, "Can I just go look at your comics and like get them on video because it's kind of a special situation here?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Well, then you don't have back issues, my guy." That is basically not having back issues. All right, it's coming together. Ooh, Cowabunga, House of Heroes, Powers, Turning Page, Door to the Cat. All right. Graham Cracker Vortex Powerhouse. Okay. Okay. Ah. I'm really looking forward to which one is the one in Tomahawk? Is that not the one called Cowabunga? Because I'm looking forward to Tomahawk. It's just a cool place. Sounds like a cool place. All right, let's got some fine details here that I need to be very careful with. That is his eye. I just made him look so bad. Could be worse. Hmm. Which town is Cowabunga in? I forget. Ooh. Gotta give her the heels. It's not Wonder Woman if she doesn't have heels. Sorry, Wonder Woman. Which way would probably be over there? Okay. Okanamawak. Yeah. Okanamawak. Okanamawak. Okanama walk. Hey, Brian, I'm working on yours. We got Invisible Boy arguing with Wonder Woman over her invisible plane. Yeah. My pen! My pen! My pen is being annoying! I only work with the most reliable tools. Drawing just the daintiest little Wonder Woman here. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. And that is how you draw stars that are very tiny. By crisscrossing a lot. Go. Oops. Well, oh well. Sometimes you make mistakes, and you just gotta deal with it. Yeah. That ought to do it. Boink, 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 boink. And that is a ladder, folks. Oh, this is going to be hard. Yep, that was hard. Not sure I'm happy with it. Wonder Woman! You can tell who it is. Does she have gloves? I don't think she has gloves. Oh, she's got the bracelets. Duh. Can't forget the bracelets. There. Now she looks correct. Although she's got like, we'll do a little bit of whoop. There. Anything else? What am I missing? Maybe, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, okay. It's, it might have been a mistake. But we're just gonna leave it. Alright. Now I gotta do this plane. I gotta do this plane, man. Okay. How do I want to do this? Do I want to use a bigger pen? Does he wear boots? He does. He's got regular, boring boots. Boring boots. Okay. Mm-hmm. Should I use a thicker pen? No, it's invisible. It doesn't have to be thick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm doing. Sort of. That's a good question. Will I be signing the copies of the comics that I sell on the trip? I don't know. That's so like I was saying earlier, I'm really not sure yet what my game plan is for this ash can because I'm doing a black and white version before I do the color version, which came as advice from Tom Feaster, who's an industry professional that I look up to very much. Um, but I need to sell some copies of this because I've put a lot of money into it. And I think what I want to do, what I'd really like to do, is have people who buy it destroy their copy for reasons that I have detailed within the pages. Not just as a marketing ploy, but as for fun. When's the last time you got to destroy a comic because the author told you to? Um, so I want to sell as many as I can, but I also want to look out for the shops and do it in a way that benefits them. But uh, I don't know. Like I left a page blank in it as a sketch page, but if I'm asking people to destroy them, then it seems kind of silly to put sketches in them because that implies that it's meant to be cherished, right? Uh, so I just don't know. I just don't know what I want. But yeah, if you're there and you want to buy a copy and you want it to be signed, I'll sign it for you. I'm happy to sign it for you. And then what you do with it after that is up to you. I'm not gonna like charge you or anything for it. So if you do end up destroying it, it's not a huge loss for you. Um, but if you meet me at one of the shops, yeah, we can chat about it, and maybe I'll even do like a little sketch for you. Uh, Whatever. I don't care. Boy, I'm not sure how I feel about this one either. I did just order copies of the book, and then I had to reconfirm the order because they said that I chose the wrong paper. Because I chose the cheapest paper, not because I was being cheap about it, but because I want it to be easily destroyed. And I don't want to be like destroying a bunch of laminated comics, It just feels like it's probably bad for the environment. Let's see what this looks like after I erase some stuff. I also have to think about how much do I charge for the comic if I sell it myself? How much do I expect retailers to charge for the comic if I sell it to them first? Because, you know, I'm printing it all myself. It's not like they can just order it from the supplier and then I get whatever cut and I don't have anything sunk into each issue. Like, I have to buy all of them myself and then distribute them. So I need to make a certain amount back in order to even break even on them. And I want to make sure that retailers have a good reason to stock them. You know, I don't want them to make nothing on it, but I also don't want to make nothing on it. That means window. What is she saying? Brian Leo Memory. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I'm glad that you don't hate it. I don't know, Brian. I just have high expectations for myself. It looks like not much is there, considering how long I spent getting their forms right. It just doesn't look like I put a lot of work into it. I don't know. Looks like a 5-year-old could draw it. There. Invisible plane, invisible boy. Wonder Woman doesn't have invisible in her name. Why does she get an invisible plane? It's not fair. It's not fair. He's got a point. Boom. Number 3. Oh, yeah. You are very welcome, Brian. Took me a long time to think of that, but I'm happy with the idea, I guess. I don't know. I just wish I was a better artist, that's all. But there we go. All right, now I got to figure out who's next. Do I have any emails? What is that, 3? I've done 3 already. Probably got another hour of work in me. No emails. Anybody on the Instagrams? No. No. Well. Okay. I guess that means, you know what I have over here? Boy, if I could get a couple more sketches in, then I could afford to take the day off that I'm going to have to take off. That'd be great. All right. All right, Hunter. Hunter from Sentinel Comics. Magic, 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 magic. Let's see. I got a little bit of. Look at some of these. Where's my New Mutants comics? There they are. When did she become cool? That's an important issue. Where is it? 40, 45. This has always been one of my favorite issues of New Mutants. Love this issue. This is the interior work by Barry Windsor Smith too. Let's see. Is it? Jackson Geis. It looks very Sienkiewicz. But he's always been good at chameleoning, right? He's always been good at looking like other artists. Do we have Ilyana anywhere in here? Man, what a good issue. There she is. Not doing a whole lot. Nope, not really. Okay. That's okay. So, I did a commission for Hunter at Sentinel Comics a while ago, and I did a magic one. But he, I don't know where that went. He has a bunch of these up on the wall with artist commissions. And it sounds like if I draw another magic commission on here, then it goes on the, then it goes up on the wall. Thank you, Cliff. Doodling is fun. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do like something like this, because nobody seems to draw her in this format. I don't know. How do I? There we go. Let's see. How do I want to draw her? Ooh, I haven't read this in a while. She's got a sword. What is going on there? Oh, wow. Huh. Kazar and his slut, Shanna the She-Devil. Isn't this supposed to be kid-friendly? When did she get the horns? There we go. Horns! Not a very interesting character design. I feel like I just saw a page that I really liked. No? Sort of. Sort of. Okay. Well, what if I... Here, get out of here. What issue is this? Oh, yeah. Nice. No, that's way too big. Do I like the Ninja Turtles? No. I don't know much about the Ninja Turtles, honestly. Yeah, I never really got into them. Does this look like a fist? I don't know. Looking through. I want it to be like that, you know? Like, man. Let's maybe so the knuckles would be up here. Oh boy, I don't know if this is gonna happen. I think maybe this is a little too ambitious for me. At least for right now. And really all I'm doing is working on this while I wait for someone else to request something. Because I was expecting... Yes? Huh? Oh, the cat is hungry? I suppose he can eat. This is really just what I'm doing while I wait for another commission. Because I was expecting more than 3. 3 were fun, but I can do more. I have stamina. Cat, you coming in or out? In. He says in. Come here. Come here. Ah. Yeah. Here's my cat. Here. Here. Oh, you're looking in his ear. Woo. Say hello. He says, I don't like this. I'm hungry. Ah! Okay. Down you go. Magic, 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 magic. What can I draw? That is the important question. Yeah. Is this by Buscema? Is this that Buscema that I don't like? Yeah, Sal Buscema. Not a huge fan of Sal Buscema. What can I do with magic? What's that She-Hulk comic? She-Hulk, tear up your X-Men. I could do that. Ow! There we go. How do I draw a woman? Wait, how do you... Are you trying to leave, Cat? All right, you can leave. It's just gonna look off balance. I feel like for this pose to work, she's gonna be doing like a... That's looking better. Um, John, I teach 6, 7, 8. I teach middle school, which makes me suspicious of your name there. I teach middle school humanities, so 6th grade English language arts and social studies. It's good. It's I like it. Um, it's challenging. It's definitely challenging. One of my students entered the chat earlier. I'm kind of wondering if this is another student. Though I don't have any students named John, so. What is. Do I understand anatomy? The answer is no. That is incredibly challenging. Yes, thank you for saying that. Yeah, it's March. The kids are ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. Uh, Ready to go on this comic tour. What do I want this leg to do? Go like that? Do I give her like the sorority pose? I feel like she wouldn't do that. This will be the most attractive drawing of a woman I ever make. Or my name isn't Kurt Williams. I need a model to look at. Girls stand like this all the time. There we go. That's what I need. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Hmm. Perfect. That model is exactly what I need. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, whatever. I'll leave it for now. All right. I feel like if I want it to be, I just don't know anatomy. That's all. Yeah, it's okay. And then the hand is gonna. That's fine. Again, fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I put the bangs on here, I was like, oh yeah, that's Ilyana. There we go. Okay, now we gotta look at her costume. What she got going on? I really liked the Bachelot era, but I feel like this era might be more fun. Not to be gross, but that's just a lot of clothing that I've got to worry about. But she's got this ginormous belt buckle. Just stupid big. And it goes. Oh my. Little hole there. I love it when I do that. Okay, and it's got, we do a little bit of that. And where are her shorts? Oh, the belt is her shorts. Nice. What she got? Are those denim? Are they spandex? I can't really draw spandex. What she got going on here? Looks like spandex to me. I also like how he does that belt with the little arrows on the end. That's kind of cool. And then what do I want to do? What do I want to do? She's got to have her big old thingy in there. So maybe her arm needs to go out a little bit more. So she's got like Big ol' armor thing. Oh, and she's got the freaking... Her whole arm is armory. Forgot. That's not long enough. Alright, what does she got going on here? Need like a Jenny Frizen art piece. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. Oh, that one just looks like it's... That's not even metal. I think I can do those spikes better. That's okay. I'll get there in a second. Ew. Is that deep enough? Not to be too objectifying, but it's kind of... Her costume is pretty risque. Oh my goodness, no. No. Yeah, I don't like that mouth either. Okay. Sorry I'm not talking much. Only got 6 people watching. Thanks for those of you who are sticking around. I'm pretty focused on this. Oh my goodness, it's the exact same pose. The thing I'm looking at is the exact same pose. That is so not cool. Why couldn't I find this earlier? Now mine looks terrible in comparison. Okay, well, yee! Hmm. Really? I think maybe I went too far in. What she got on her knees? Nothing? Mm-hmm. Dang it. I feel like this is getting worse and worse. Mm-hmm. Girl's got legs. Ah, it might just have to be what we go with. Nope. Gotta be straight. I don't love this. Ah. Sometimes I get a good feeling. I get a feeling. I get a good feeling. Whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had a love before. No, I get a feeling. Someday I'm gonna look back at this and think, oof, that was bad. Ah, ah, ugh, ugh. I really don't like her legs. They look so. Ugh. Why are they doing that? Yikes. Whoa, sometimes I get a feeling. Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a feeling, yeah. Whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a feeling. Bibbidi ba, bibbidi ba, bibbidi bee, bibbidi bee. Sigh. It's because I just don't know how to draw women. Yeesh, that's worse. That's worse. Oh. This is embarrassing. Hmm. Not sure how I feel about this either. Hey! Oh yeah, superhero CGC, right? Yeah, that place is great. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Really not sure how I feel about this. Eyebrows, eyebrows. What kind of expression does she have? Uh, is she angry? That's decent. I feel like that's okay. Does she have cheekbones going on? Yes. I feel like the face is looking okay. A little bit like maybe she's high, actually. Now that I look at it up close. Oh boy. We're just gonna put that away for a second. Okay, so to recap, we've made 3 commissions so far tonight for 3 nice people who have donated to the trip. First, we had Invisible Boy, trying to get Wonder Woman's invisible jet. We also have Goblins playing baseball, kind of a Bugs Bunny pose there. And we got Aqualad. We got 2 Aqualads in this spoof of a very famous painting. We got about half an hour left. I would take one more commission if somebody wanted one. The information for paying for those is in the description of the video. Yes, hello, Ava. It's nice to see you. Sort of. What else? No, Code Ninja. I'm not a comic artist. I'm working on a comic that I'm going to draw myself. But what? But no, I wouldn't call myself a comic artist. I just doodle. I doodle for fun. Especially when for fun means raising money for a trip that I want to take. So, no, not professional. No aspirations of being professional. Just having fun. Ava, I said it's nice to see you. I don't know how that's not considered nice. Check the old email again. Order paused again? Come on. Provided colored images on the cover and inside the sluggish. Yes, it is. Ugh. I gotta reconfirm my printing order. Reconfirm my printing order for the comic because once again, they thought that I didn't know what I was doing when I asked for what I asked for. Delaying the comic again. Let's see. For the other 4 people in the video who are wondering who this Ava Beva is, that's one of my students. Oh, I think she just left. You know? Oh, she did leave. Yes, Ava is my favorite student. You know, if nobody else has any commission requests, I might just end early and try to read a little bit before bed. I'll finish up the magic commission later, I think, and get lots of sleep so that when I wake up in the morning, I can be on my best form for my favorite students like Ava. Oh, thank you, Doug. You know, Doug, you're my favorite. You're my favorite customer. Doug is the best. Doug comments on all of my videos. He watches everything. He's the only one who watches everything. I have a video coming out this week that I'm very excited about, where I discuss the top 5 Marvel artists currently. I'm really excited to edit that. I just shot it last night. It'll be out on Friday. And I'm hoping to get a little bit more buzz going around the Every Comic Shop in Wisconsin tour before I go. So stay tuned for that video on Friday. Thank you to those of you who donated and sent me commission requests. These were really fun. I was hoping for maybe one more, but that's okay. So thanks, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Appreciate you. Until the next time, I'm Kurt Williams, and you're somebody else. Goodbye.